understand that we are talking about a fundamental change in America. And our Constitution has had parts of it eroded. Not just with the FISA bill, Foreign Surveillance Act, Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act of 1978, and now 2008. It's not just that bill that has changed part of our Constitution. In addition, it is the Real ID Act. It is the fact that in 2006, they suspended habeas corpus, and we brought along the Patriot Act, actually two acts of the Patriot Acts, in the 2002 or so. So there has been a fundamental change in our Constitution. But why act now? Why am I bringing these videos to you now? Why am I bringing this to your attention? Because Congress has crossed the line more than 3 times. But this latest one, with the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, was the last straw, or the final attack. We have got to draw a line in the sand. We must peacefully and legally demand that we repeal the FISA law, or at least sections of it. We must demand that the Real ID Act never becomes a law that is enforced. And we must revisit sections of the Patriot Act. Because you're probably asking why. Well, because with these laws, no American, not one of the 300 million among us, has any privacy, has any rights to a trial or an attorney if they are deemed to be a threat. But that is so broad-based in this law that anyone, including your great-grandmother, who may be 89 years old, or your 5-year-old child, can be surveyed and deemed a threat. Now, this may sound extreme, and trust me when I tell you, it sounds very far-fetched. It sounds very conspiracy theory. It sounds unbelievable. And I too, for most of my lifetime, would never have believed this to be true. But we are changing the way this country is governed. Now parts of the First and the Fourth Amendment have been taken away from you. You might wonder what that means to you. Well, for starters, any kind of communication you do, whether it is the cell phone, landline phone, instant messages, voice over internet protocol, email, anything that you can even fathom, all of it is now subject, for no good reason, subject to be checked out by the United States federal government. But there's a lot more to it. Whereas in order to come into your house and do physical searches and seizures and arrest you, detain you, and put you in jail, up until these laws passed, you had a right to an attorney. You had a right to remain silent. With these laws, you no longer have those rights. Now, if this is frightening you, it should. Should you become paranoid? No. Should you stop using your phone? No. What you should do is check out on the internet if what I'm telling you is accurate, or if maybe I'm a paranoid person. What you're going to find out is what I'm telling you is accurate. But I'll tell you what you're going to do. I'm going to help you out a little bit. I want you to look up the FISA law. FISA. Also, you can check out HR 6304. You can go to any search engine. You will even find out that the National Public Radio, NPR, which I believe is npr.org, did a story titled Angry Bloggers. Why are we so upset? It is because the Democrats in Congress and the Republicans in Congress saw fit to take away parts of our American U.S. Constitution. The same Constitution that has protected your rights since the days of George Washington. The same Constitution that every soldier throughout the history of this country fought to defend. We are always told we should defend ourselves from enemies, foreign and domestic. Right now, our enemies of freedom appear to be domestic. It's pretty hard to call our leaders our enemies. Pretty dangerous. But what they are doing is not in the best interest of you and me, or you and I. I won't say they're enemies, but they tore away the First and Fourth Amendments on July the 9th, 2008. On July the 10th, 2008, President Bush signed it into law. And such a dramatic change and taking away parts of our freedom. What did the president have to say? The president thanked Congress for doing this. And he tried to claim it's going to protect us. But it's not. Now, I'm not asking you to believe what I say. I'm asking you to do the research. I'm asking every American, even if you don't care about politics, care about your own life, care about your family, care about the fact that if we don't change this now, we in the future could end up under military law or martial law. It may sound dramatic, it may sound like impossible, but when in the last 30 years would you have ever thought habeas corpus and the right to an attorney would be taken away from you? It has been taken away. It affects everyone, no matter if they are 2 years old or 102 years old. It even affects those who perpetrated against us. Congress has to abide by these laws, although oftentimes they do not. But this is a call to action. You need to go to www.house.gov, www.senate.gov. You need to go to the search engines and find out all that you can about this FISA law and HR 6304, how it affects your life, how it changes your rights. You have no rights under this law. You lost your rights to privacy. They no longer exist. I know this sounds like some kind of sci-fi horror movie or some kind of wild horror movie, but it's true. It's a sad commentary on our country, but it's true. Bizarre, but it is true. It's very true. So, I'm asking you to join America's new fight. This is America's new fight. It requires all Republicans to fight to return order and to reaffirm our Constitution.